Yes, Lord. Yes, 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 yes. What be going on here? What the hell? That was not what I was trying to do at all. I'm looking kind of weird up in here. I didn't even know you can do that little scrolling thing. Hey, hey, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? I don't even know how the hell that happened. Swear to God. I don't know what's going on here. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Today is Friday. Today is Friday. Name's Kevin. Go by the boot nurse. I'm an NCLEX coach and I'm a nurse. And or today we're going to be talking about nursing stuff, specifically about nursing jobs, the ones that aren't 12 hours that a bunch of people were asking about. Well, specifically one person, and I was just like, all right, cool. I'll oblige such a request. I don't know what's going on. There we go. Why that thing so small? I don't know why. I'm gonna just leave it like that though. I'm gonna leave it like that. Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, how y'all doing? Let me know where y'all are from. Sorry if my voice sounds like this. I guess I got sick. Got like some laryngitis or I got something else going on. So, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome, 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 welcome. Hey, today we're gonna go over, or not go over. We're just gonna sit here and we're gonna chit chat. We're gonna talk about nursing jobs. Like, what kind of jobs can you get besides working bedside? What are those non-traditional, unorthodox jobs that you can get? But if you're just joining, go ahead and let me know where you're from. Let me know where you are in your nursing journey. I'm gonna do this live for probably about a good hour, hour and a half. I know I usually do them on Mondays, so figured like, hey, why not? Why not sit on here and chit chat with y'all for a little bit? But if you're just joining, or if you've never been to one of my lives, my name's Kevin. I go by the Boot Nurse. I'm a nurse, an NCLEX coach. Like I said, we're going to be talking about nursing jobs and essentially whatever else is going on in nursing. If you need coaching, help on NCLEX, I don't care if you've taken the exam multiple times, if you've taken it once, or if you're a nursing student about to graduate and you want help on, guidance on the NCLEX, you guys can check out thebootnurse.com right here. So, yeah, y'all just let me know where y'all are from, where you guys are at in your nursing journey, what y'all want to talk about. Hey, but the one thing that I really love is if y'all smash that like button, because that like button will get people into the live. Like, it'll really push the TikTok algorithm to get people in here. And I really don't want people to miss out on all these opportunities or just anything that we got going on or anything that we're talking about. So, hope everybody's doing good. But yeah, y'all let me know where y'all are from. Y'all let me know. Let's get some engagement going on up in here. Some engagement. A bunch of stuff is coming through. Working on a website revamp and working on a course and working on getting y'all all that goodness, especially with the NCLEX right around the corner. We are officially tomorrow. We're officially halfway through April, so y'all know what happens when May comes. May comes, people graduating, people are preparing to take that NCLEX, for the first time, or they're preparing to take the NCLEX for the second, third, fourth time. New generation NCLEX is up. Has anybody taken it? Y'all tell me what y'all doing. Tell me how y'all feel about it if you've taken it. All right, let's talk about it. And like I said, sorry if y'all can't understand me, or if my voice sounds like this. I guess I came down with some like laryngitis. Throat was starting to hurt. Nothing was different. And all of a sudden, I sound like I smoke like 2 packs of cigarettes a day. So that's really weird. So it's been a good week. It's been a good week so far. And I'm gonna tell y'all a little something that happens in hospitals if you guys don't know, if you guys get injured. So, a little quick story time is I fell while I was at work. So, one of the most important things that if you guys don't know when it comes to being a nurse is doing proper body mechanics, proper ergonomics, lifting with your legs and not your back, and, not twisting and all that good stuff, right? So, your boy fell at work. And that shit hurt, like legit. And now I understand, hey, really put yourself in the position of those patients that fall, like when they're in the shower and they're older, like in their 70s or like in their 80s, and they break their legs or they break their hips. If it wasn't for my age, there would be it was a quick bounce back. But man, let me tell you, when I fell, that shit was embarrassing. And all I cared about was the fucking 4 to 5 people that saw me fall. And that's it. Like that's all I fucking cared about. And so, yeah, I fell. And the one thing I say is that I'm glad I said to myself that I'm gonna go get checked out because most people won't. They'll be like, nah, I'm okay, so on and so forth. Nah, you fall, you better go tell somebody. You better go let somebody know. So like as of right now, I'm on like light duty work I'm like doing light duty stuff with my job. Um, and I got to go to physical therapy and I got to do all kinds of stuff for it. So note to self: be careful where you're walking. Don't be tripping over stuff, and use proper body mechanics. Even though I do, so I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If you guys are getting value, make sure you guys smash that like button for me. I want to see nothing but hearts on this side of the screen. Smash them. So yeah, we're gonna be sitting here. We're gonna talk about freaking non-traditional jobs, like what jobs that you can do, as a nurse that have nothing to do with bedside. So the first one that I would say would be insurance companies. And you're just like, Kevin, what are you talking about? What do you mean insurance companies? I want to be like legit, like insurance companies. Think of those insurance companies that that you guys use. If it's Aetna, if it's, Humana, if it's Cigna, if it's Blue Cross, Blue Shield, hell, even TRICARE, right? So they love to have nurses in those roles to essentially go through medical records and to input data. Like you can go to any website, any insurance website, go to their careers, type in insurance or type in like remote nursing or anything like that. And they'll have so many up there where they want registered nurses that are in there. Or they want registered nurses to apply. The majority of them say that they want you to have at least a year of experience, 2 years of experience, 6 months of experience. Hey, my suggestion to you is that if that's your goal and that's where you want to be, I would still apply for it. And then if they shut you down and they'll be like, hey, we want for you to have nursing experience, cool. Go get nursing experience. Go get your 6 months working in a clinic. Or go get your 6 months working in a hospital. So you can go over there and work for an insurance company so you don't have to do patient care. That's just how it is. Now, don't expect to try to be a family nurse practitioner, but you have never worked bedside. Like that's pretty much a prerequisite for you to get into an F&P program. Or, for CRNA, don't expect to try to go into CRNA school, but you've never stepped foot in an ICU. Like you got to make that make sense. All right. So there's that. So the first one, insurance companies. Now, when it comes to those insurance companies, they can either be local or they can be remote. Right. So let's look at one right now. So we'll type in Cigna. Right. And if you don't know about Cigna, of course, is like I said, is an insurance company. So the first thing that you want to do is that you want to go on the Cigna's website and you want to go to where it says you want to go all the way down to the bottom where it says careers. And when you say careers, it's all the way down at the bottom. Let's find it. Careers, right there. So it's on the bottom right hand side of the damn of the website. And then it has down here, it says, come create a healthier world. All right, cool. I'm going to put nurse. And then right here, all you got to do is just hit search, and it's going to bring up so many, like right here. They have a home infusion RN. So essentially you're doing critical infusion drugs, but that's only half the story. In this role, you'll work independently to make decisions and execute them, on the fly, right? So you could do it like right now. They have them like a home infusion nurse in Liberty, Texas. I don't know I don't know where Liberty's at. They have another one in Katy, Texas, where you can, you're a nurse that travels from home to home, essentially giving IV infusions for people. So if people get chemo at home or anything like that, you're the nurse or you're the person to give those medications. Infusion, in-home patient care physician. They have it for doctors as well. Right here in Laredo. Anybody in here from Laredo? They have an RN case manager on site that work for Cigna. And you could literally go and be an RN nurse case manager. Just like that. right? But of course, it comes with those criterias. So if we want to do an RN case manager, let's see what they want. Like experience. It says, for RNs and for LPNs. So shout out to all my LPNs that are in here, right? For a case manager, it says a current licensure as an LPN or an RN in the state of Texas must have a diploma, an associate's or bachelor's in nursing. They want 3 to 5 years of experience in an acute care environment. Case management or utilization management. Experience can be a combination as an RN and an LVN. So it actually doesn't really matter. So like if you were an LVN and you were doing something and then you became an RN, they put them together. They talk about HEDC or HEDIS. I'm sorry, HEDIS and CMS stars experience is a plus if that's something that you've done. Attend and actively participate in staff meetings. So that means whatever meetings that they have possibly going on the floor, if it's not remote or anything like that. Duties and responsibilities. You got to be able to be bilingual because, in Texas, especially in South Texas, the predominant language is Spanish. So, and then, of course, work independently. And then it has all those other skills. But the biggest one is that they want 3 to 5 years of experience. So if you've only gotten a couple of years of experience as doing acute care and environment, hey, who are they to knock you for that? Because, they combine all of it, right? So, yeah, so that's Cigna. So that's like our insurance companies, essentially, all right? But like I said, they have so many different jobs that are on here. Like you can even go to another one. What is it? Aetna. It's AETNA for Aetna, right? So you can go to Aetna's website. As a matter of fact, let's pull it up. Let's see, AETNA, right? Go to Aetna. Go to their website, and then go all the way down to the bottom. Careers, of course. If I can find it, there it is. And then you hit OK. So if those that don't know, is that Aetna is actually a CVS owned company. So that good old CVS that you like to go to, Aetna is owned by CVS. So there's that. So then once you get onto the website, it's gonna shoot you over to another website, the Aetna website. I'm sorry, the CVS website. And all you gotta do is go down all the way to the bottom again, and then find careers, and then you search by career. All you need to do is put nurse, right? And then, you just put nurse, and then hit enter. And the next thing they're going to pull up all these crazy ass jobs. We're going to pull up all these jobs. Let's see what we got, right? And let me see if I can show you. I'm going to show you guys. So let's see. I know I'm over here looking crazy. So let me show you. Let's see what's popping. How I flip this thing around. Flip the camera. Oh, can y'all see that? Oh, no, I guess not. Hold up. Let's see. Let's take that off. Enhancement. No. What the hell? Back up. I appreciate y'all being patient. I'm trying to flip this thing over. There we go. Let's take it off. It won't let me take it off. There we go. All right, bet. So, hey, don't mind my snacks. I see my snacks right there. The Gatorade, right? All right. So this is that website I was telling you guys about. So this is Aetna, right? So Aetna is a part of the CVS family, in case you guys don't know. So like I said, you hit continue, and then once you guys hit continue, you guys will just go down here where it says like what type of job. You hit nurse, right? And then it even breaks it down, like you can go LPN, you can go certified nurse, FNP, so on and so forth, right? And then you hit search, and then they have all these jobs, right? And then you can even do it by location, right? So you can do full-time, contract, part-time. They even have it to where you can, let's put remote. Oh no, let me take that off. So down here, they have it to where it's remote, right? So you can click remote. And then you have all these jobs that are all remote. Like, look at that. Like, that's crazy. All these nursing jobs that are remote. Like, legit. So, let's say utilization management, right? And right here. So, this is a job, essentially, that you work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time and work weekend rotations, 7 a.m. to 3. You must work in Central Standard Time Zone. So, essentially, if you're in Texas, you Gucci over here, right? The starting pay, look at that. Look at the starting pay of that, right? But then look at the maximum pay. I can tell you right now that if you have experience, then this is easily going to be like 80K. This is easily going to be like 80K. So the requirements, you need to be at least 3 years of an RN. You need to have at least a year of inpatient hospital experience. So like if you worked in ICU, or if you've worked in like any of the floors, this is a good spot for you to be. This is a good spot. Knowledge of Medicare, Medicaid. This is preferred though. If you don't have it, because I can tell you right now, is that whatever you don't have, they'll teach you. Like they'll teach you. Like they'll do like an 8-week, you go through like an 8-week course, so on and so forth. And then of course this is their business overview, and then you go and you apply. Right. So let's go back. Hey, thanks everybody for joining. Everybody that did join, if you guys just joined, my name's Kevin. I am a registered nurse, and we're talking about different jobs that you can do as a nurse. And this one specifically, we're talking about working for insurance companies. So if you don't want to work bedside, or if you get tired of bedside, you can go over here and you can actually probably in reality make like $80,000 to $90,000 doing a complete remote job at home, working for an insurance company. A lot of people don't even know that they could do this, right? So if you're getting value, make sure you guys smash that like button. And if you guys got any questions about anything, drop them down in the chat, and then let me know where you guys are at in your nursing journey. Sorry if my voice sounds like I smoked like 2 packs of cigarettes. I've been kind of recovering from like this laryngitis thing that got going on. But anyways, so here's that, right? So like I said, we'll go back here to the jobs, and then we'll put remote. And then once you put remote, like this, all that, like, look, they got quality management, right? And it's a complete remote job. And then you got case management, completely remote. Case management, Tidewater region, so on and so forth. And like, look at this. Like they got all these charts, or all these pages that are down here that are completely like full of remote jobs. And I'm trying to tell y'all, like, they want nurses. Like, there's a reason why this whole thing is here. Like, they have a health coach consultant afternoon shift. So let's see. And then you essentially is like, this position is focused on educating members with diabetes and other conditions, as well as providing resources to members, assisting in closing gaps members may have in their care is also a priority. Like, that's crazy for me to sit here and get on the phone and talk to somebody and tell them how to have better eating habits. You can't beat that. You can't beat that at all. And then, of course, the rate, everybody starts this low, but you can of course negotiate your pay, especially if you're an experienced nurse. But not go nowhere less than like 80 to 90K, like, at all. This website is the CVS Health, right? Who is this? Ruth? Yeah. So this is CVS Health. So essentially, I'll back up. So essentially, it's Aetna, right? So you'll go to the Aetna website, Aetna.com, which is right up top right there. And then you'll go down to careers. Once you go to careers, it continue, because Aetna is a part of the CVS family. And then once you get there, you go down right here where it says type in what job you want. You type in nurse right there. And then all you just do is just leave it as nurse. And then you go over to search right here. Click search. And then it'll bring up all these jobs. And then you can even narrow it down to your zip code, right? So do it by location. So let's just say 78, what is it? 78649. We'll try that. Nope, that ain't it. 78249, right? So we'll try San Antonio. So then they have all these jobs. So this is in San Antonio, right? So a certified nurse's aide, even a nursing assistant, like a CNA, right? So as a CNA right here, they tell you where it's at. And they tell you how much the pay is, $7 a minute. So you can make a max of $27 an hour, depending on how much experience you have. And now, here's the kicker right here. Let's go back. If I can go back. Go back. Okay. So now, right here, you got fully remote. Click on fully remote. And then it tells you all the remote jobs. These are the remote jobs that are offered, at least in the San Antonio area. Now, if I delete this, and then I hit search again, now it brings up remote jobs, fully remote jobs from anywhere in the United States. and Alaska, because there's one up here too. So hopefully that's helpful. But like I said, they got so many of them, and they want nurses. They want nurses bad. You know, they always want nurses. Yeah, you're welcome. Hey, if everybody that's in here, if you guys are getting value, make sure you guys smash that like button. Damn, we're already at 1,000 likes. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. So this is just one of many insurance companies that you can go through. Like I said, you can do Cigna, and Cigna was right here, right? So with Cigna, you go down to careers. It'll take you over here, and like I said, you can put nurse right there, and then hit search. And then when you hit search, you can even come down here where it has like the job categories, employee type. Do you want it to be full-time? What country that you want to represent? What state, city? Do you want it remote? Yes, I do. Because there's nothing like being at home, doing a remote job, and you don't have to wear pants. Just saying. All right, so here's right here, like you have a field RN. This is for Arizona. And remember, these are remote. Like these are remote jobs. Oncology, nurse, case management lead, analyst, home infusion, behavioral health nurse practitioner. So they have all these. They have all these openings, like all these openings for these jobs that they want nurses to do. Right, a concurrent review care coordinator. I don't even know what that is. Let's look. It says a registered nurse will perform clinical and operational processes related to transition, coordination of care and utilization, case management, and acute and post-acute care services, included but not limited to long-term care, skilled nursing, inpatient rehab facilities, so on and so forth. So essentially, this is legit case management. They want you to have 5 years, a minimum of 5 years of clinical experience, but at least 3. But remember, like I was trying to tell everybody else, is that you don't need to necessarily have all that experience. They may want it, but I'm trying to tell you, these places, they kill to have nurses, and they train you. They train you in order for you to be up to speed, right? And it's full time, weekend positions, flexible schedule. It says ability to sit 50% at your desk and utilize the computer, telephone, and other office equipment, which is cool. But then, of course, you got to go down to the pay. So they don't talk about pay on theirs, at least not what I've seen. So then you have to just apply. But on CVS or on Aetna, they talk about theirs. I'll just pull this one up right here. So they talk about how much they pay. The minimum is this. But like I said, if you're an experienced nurse, you very easily can get 80 to 90K. So imagine if you're a floor nurse right now making, $50,000 a year, $52,000 a year, and then you go into doing this, making $80,000 a year based off the experience that you had already did. So there's that. What's another one? Let's try Blue Cross Blue Shield. Blue Cross. So you can go to Blue Cross Blue Shield, right? And then Blue Cross, same thing. Go down here to careers. And then, let's see. And it says you can go to state. And I'll do Texas. And then I'll hit go. Okay. Blue Cross Blue Shield, Texas. And then you can search their jobs and see what job openings that they have. All you got to do is just follow the prompts, right? So do you want it to be full-time, part-time? And then essentially, so like I'll put in nurse. Who is that? Simone. Are you currently working remote? No, I'm not. I'm currently not working remotely. I currently have a job at a hospital as an OR nurse. So that's what I do, for most of the time. But I have friends now that do, work from insurance companies or that do things remotely. And I ask them a bunch of questions and I'm just like, all right, cool. Let me see if I can let some people know about this and let them know like, hey, you don't got to stay at bedside forever. You can come out here and find something that you like to do and spend more time with your family and, essentially kind of just do your own thing. Like you can sit at your own computer and wear a nice fancy shirt and not wear no pants. Like, I mean, come on. I mean, how, like, you can't really beat that, right? And so let's see. So they offer these things. And so different locations, part-time, full-time, then jobs, and then more so you can do regular. But it doesn't say anything about them being remote. So maybe Blue Cross Blue Shield is not about that remote life. I mean, I don't blame them. Now let me stop because, hey, if I could do remote all the time, you bet your bottom dollar I'd be doing it. You bet your bottom dollar I'd be doing it. So there's that right there. Let's see what jobs that they got right here. So you got unit management, clinical operations, and then behavioral health specialist, care coordinator, utilization management, so on and so forth. So that's Blue Cross Blue Shield. That's Blue Cross Blue Shield in a nutshell when it comes to looking at insurance companies. So if you guys have any other questions about that, what's another one? Let's look at Humana. Let's see what Humana looks like. And for those that don't, Humana, of course, is an insurance company. They do Medicare, dental, vision, employer groups, and all that good jazz. So same thing applies. Go all the way down. Go to careers, which is somewhere over here to the right. And then you search your job. And then you hit, so we'll put nurse. And then we'll hit search job and see what they come up with. All right, cool. So they even have it for student intern nurses. Like, that's wild to me. Student intern nurses. And so right here, you have your filter. So, look at your category, look at your type. Do you want a part-time, full-time? And then, of course, the location. Select the location and select the type. Do you want to be remote? Yes, we do. And then you search. And then now you got all these remote jobs that come up once again. Compliance nurse, utilization management, so on and so forth, so on. And it tells you like what state it's in too, like right there. So, but I mean, it's 100% remote job. So there's one of my neighbors, she works for an insurance company, but she's not a nurse, but she works for an insurance company. And her insurance company is based out of Arizona, or at least that branch is based out of Arizona. And she sits at home all day and she loves it. She loves it. She's there every day with her kids. She's kind of like not really bothered. Like she can kind of like work at her own pace, but still puts herself on a schedule. So, hey, I'm trying to tell you guys, sky's the limit. Like RN utilization, so on and so forth, right? Case management. Hey, these are all good. These are all good, like remote jobs that you can get as nurses. And that was through Humana. So if you guys are just joining me, my name is Kevin. I'm an RN. I am an NCLEX coach. Right now, we're just talking about different types of jobs that nurses can get. That way you don't feel like you're stuck at bedside. Usually I have the camera on my face, but I figured it was a lot easier if I turn the camera around so you guys can see what I'm looking at. And right now we're talking about... Right now we're talking about, hey, the different types of jobs that you can get, specifically like remote jobs, but you can work for an insurance company anywhere in your area if they're available. Trust and believe me when I tell you, they want nurses, hardcore. They always want nurses. And there's some nurses I know that have been doing this for like 5-10 years, and they're just like, I'll never go back to bedside. They're like, I'll never go back to bedside. Because, they have a better quality of life for themselves. They can see their friends. They can see their kids. They can see their spouses, all that good stuff. Simone, hi. Sorry, y'all, if I sound like I said, I've smoked like 2 packs of cigarettes. But I don't smoke. I got like a sore throat or some laryngitis going on. And best believe it does not feel comfortable at all. So this website right here, if you guys are tracking, is Humana. Humana Careers. Let me see if I can bring that up. So it's like Humana Careers right there. So you guys can see it. And like right now we're just looking at different jobs right now. So what's another insurance company? What's another insurance company that we can look at? Would you please the camera higher so we can see which website you're on? Okay, yeah, I got you. So it's Humana right here. So, okay. So now we got Humana on here, right? So like I said, we went through Cigna, we went through Aetna, which is a partner with CVS. You have Humana. Let's check. Here's one that I've never checked. Let's check like the Veterans Affairs. Let's see what that one looks like. Because I mean, I would think it would be no different. However, you would have to go through a different avenue in order to try to work for the VA. You would have to go to probably usjobs.gov. But it's not hard. Go all the way down here to the bottom. And then we look for careers if we can find it. Because usually it's over here somewhere. Oh yeah, careers at the VA. If you want to go, go into that, right? And it says careers at the VA, VA for vets, VA careers. So if you're any of these, they jump into it. And this one right here. So I'm assuming it's the VA careers. And you can type in. Let's type in nurse. Let's see what we got. Right. So there's nurse right there. And then boom, they got all these jobs openings at the VA, right? So LPNs, right? Or LPNs or LVNs starting pay for you guys at the VA, $41,000. They start you off at a certain work. I mean, but you get paid salary, but you get all those other benefits if you like them, so on and so forth. Registered nurse long term, nurse practitioners, nurse recruiter, all those stuffs, all those things that they have over here. And then you can even go over here and see like how you can even filter it out. Like, look, they offer telework nursing, right? Or, like if you're a nurse and you want to be in the VA system or whatever, you could literally just be like, hey, I need relocation assistance, and they'll move you to a different VA, right? So let's look at telework. Let's see which ones. So this one right here is a full-time community care nurse, but it's completely work from home. It's completely work from home, right? Same thing right here, like the registered nurse working in a nurse advice call center, right? Registered nurse, infection prevention nurse, nurse educator. This is the one that I would jump on because I love nurse. I love the nurse educating position. You got primary care, a surgery nurse coordinator, and then of course here are the salaries that are over here. So if you want to be a surgery nurse coordinator, that would you would get started around $81,000. And remember, those are salary based, and theirs are done off for promotion or off steps or something along those lines. And once you do those, you very well could make it into, especially if you want to try to make the VA career. You can retire from there if you decided that if that's what you wanted to do. Nurse, the packed care management, all different types of stuff. So the VA at US Jobs right here. I know you guys can't see it, but US Jobs right here .gov up top. So go to usjobs.gov and then type in nurse. Hell, you can even do it. You can even do it from your location to see which VA is closer to you. You can do that as well. So hopefully that was able to help. If you guys are finding value, make sure you guys smash that like button. But yeah, talking about nursing jobs. If it's your first time here, my name's Kevin. We're talking about nursing jobs, different type of nursing jobs that you guys can get. There's another type of nursing job, or I should say, not nursing job, but you can most definitely get one, and it's in medical devices. So you actually could go and work for companies such as like all of the companies that make different all of the companies that make the different devices that are in your hospital. So let's think about 3M. So 3M is a huge manufacturer of a lot of different products in a hospital, not just in a hospital, but outside of a hospital. So if I go to 3M, let's see if I can find 3M over here. I probably can't. So, here's Johnson & Johnson, careers in medical devices, right? So we'll do Johnson & Johnson first. And so, of course, just like everything else, you go down to careers, right? If you guys can see it, so careers was right here, right? And I don't know what this is, so I don't want it. And so right here, let's just say I put in nurse, and we'll see what pops up. Oh, look at that. So they need a medical liaison, and you can filter it out, right? You can do, let's say what functions, you're a nurse and you want to do, you're good at marketing or whatever. You can put that there. You can do it by country. You could do it by, what is this one? What was that? Clinical trials. Let's see if we can find nursing in here. Or was it health and safety? National accounts. Okay. Oh, I didn't want that one. Let's go back. Let's go back. And then you can do it by location, right? Business segment, medical devices, right? Or you can even do pharmaceuticals, like because nurses are good at telling people about the medications that that they need to take. So I'll put medical devices, and I don't know why this one's up here, but can I delete it? Oh, y'all don't want me to delete it? Fine, whatever. So we'll just leave nurse up here, and then we'll hit apply. So they have medical liaisons in all different places. Let's do the United States of these here Americas. Let's see. Or we can just do Texas. Let's see. So you're right. What was that? Who said that? Stryker? Yeah, Stryker is another good one as well. So, like I said, you could come here, you could look, and you can see exactly what the opportunities are, or what the job consists of. Education, doctor, this, that, the third, or whatever it is. Your years of experience of what you're doing, so on and so forth. So let's go back. We'll go back to we'll look at somebody said Stryker. So we'll go look at Stryker. All right. So here's Stryker. You can go to Stryker. Oh, look. 4 career chance options for nurses, right? But you can just go to the Stryker website, which is right there. And then, of course, what are you interested in? Or you can just go all the way down to careers at the bottom, which is always down here. If it's not down here, then I guess I got lied to. Oh no, here we go. So application, view all jobs. Let's just put nurse. We'll put nurse right there. And so we hit search and see what comes up, which is probably nothing. Oh no, so look at that. So they have you have clinical nurse consultant. And guess where that's at? In Australia. What? That's wild, right? That's wild. Or you can do remote jobs. But the only one that they have remote jobs is an implement engineer. And that's for customer service, but not for nursing, right? So, but you can do it based off, do it based off your field, or you can actually make it to where, let's see, sales, right? And then hit enter. See what comes up. You can just come around here. You can tweak with it and see what it looks like. I have one of my mentors. He actually worked for a company called Boston Scientific, and what he did is he was in charge of this item called a Vascade. And what the Vascade did is essentially it's like a collagen plug that they use in the cath lab. So all he was there is he would bring them. The doctors in the cath lab would use them. He would educate the doctors on how to use them, and he would educate the patient before and after, and then he would leave. And you're just like, wow, must be nice, or it's that easy, right? So, that's another opportunity that you could take for yourself to look to see what other jobs they have available. Like right here, it says a hybrid support specialist in manual and robotic assisted surgery, and this is in the Netherlands, I think. I don't know. I maybe it's showing a bit of my ignorance right here about where this is located, but y'all get my picture. Y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. So let me see what's going on. Somebody text me. Oh, ain't nobody text me. All right, cool. So that's Stryker. Let's see if we can go back and let's not do a career field, but see what else they got open. So of course, clinical nurse consultant, clinical consultant for trauma in Australia. What is it? A clinical support specialist for foot and ankle division, and that's in Brussels. Like these jobs are available like for sales and marketing. Like I'm telling you, what better person to try to sell a product to somebody than a nurse who works in that specific field? There's nothing better than that, right? So that's Stryker. If you guys got any questions about that, like just hit me up. Or hey, Simone looked like she knows what was going on with Stryker. So hey, a buddy of mine, he actually just got a job working as a rep with not Stryker, but with a different company. Here's another good company I could recommend for you to be essentially a rep for as a nurse, and they're called Intuitive. Intuitive Surgical. Here they go. And Intuitive Surgical, they make the robots. So those fancy robots that you guys see that help with surgeries, that is what the Da Vinci robot is. Right? And so let's just say we come in here and let's just put nurse and see what pops up. So they have all different types of spots that pop up here in the United States. And then, of course, those that are abroad. So you got a clinical territory associate, depending on where you are. They got them. I'm in Texas, so they got them in Dallas. They got them in Houston. Me, I would definitely want to be an educational specialist because when I learned about the robot, I wanted to learn everything about it so I could teach everybody. And so now, essentially, when we have new staff that come into the hospital, the reps have already taught me, so they know when there's other nurses or even students that are in there trying to learn about it, that they know that I'm teaching them correctly. So you can come over here, apply for the job. They tell you what the job description is, what the roles and responsibilities are, what type of skills that you have. You have to be able to be trained. They put you through a course and all that good stuff. And then but look at that. So if you don't like traveling, that's exactly what you're going to be doing with that job. Now, if you're single and all that good jazz, and if you don't have a family and if you're okay with doing that, then cool. But sometimes that traveling can really put a damper on people. So that's Intuitive, right? And we can go back up here. And let's just say we want to put, I don't know, let's say sales, right? So sales will come up, and let's just say I want to do San Antonio. Maybe they don't have San Antonio. Well, let's do Austin. Oh, you ain't got Austin? Damn. Okay, what about Houston? Okay. Houston, Atlanta, Vegas. All right, cool. So let's see. And they have remote available. Let's see what remote jobs they got. Look at that. They got remote jobs. They got remote jobs that you could do as a sales manager or a clinical territory associate. Let's see what that one says. It says, okay, it has all that stuff. Talk about the robots. It says candidates must live in or relocate to Houston, even though it's considered a remote job, which I think is wild, but whatever. So they want you to have at least a bachelor's degree, 1 year of leadership experience, or 1 year of sales. It doesn't specify where you got your leadership experience as long as you have it. Be able to travel 10% and work nights and weekends as needed. But you get paid $104,000 a year if that's something that you're striving for and that's something that you want to do. So that is Intuitive. Intuitive are the ones that make the Da Vinci robots. And not only do they make the Da Vinci robots, they make other robots for thoracics and for hearts. I think they're coming out with one for hearts as well when I was talking to our rep. So hopefully that was enough. Hopefully that was good enough for you guys in regards to that. Hey, if you guys are just joining, my name is Kevin. I'm an RN. I'm an NCLEX coach. But right now we're talking about different jobs that you can get as an RN or even as an LPN or LVN. Hell, there was one in here for a certified nurse's assistant or a nurse's aide. You know, we're getting paid $27 an hour. And I know most nurses' aides don't get paid that. They get paid like $14, $15, $16 an hour. And I mean, in reality, who can live off of that? You know, $27. I mean, it's better to make that versus than what you were making. But I mean, who can live off that? But hey, get out here and make this money. All right. Hey, but I want to know where you guys are at in your nursing journey, what you guys are doing with yourselves. You guys ready for the weekend? How was everybody's Easter? All that good jazz. Let's see what's going on. All right, so we can do one more. I think I'm going to jump off here in 15 minutes, man, because my throat be hurting out here. You know what I'm saying? So let's try a website called Boston Scientific. So Boston Scientific, of course, is another medical devices company that makes stuff for hospitals. But, of course, they make all different types of products. So y'all know the drill. Go up to careers, find careers on the page. And then scroll down, see what they got. Okay, where are we at? Careers. So careers will take it back up here. Then go to search and apply. And then type in, what you want to look for. Let's put in nurse and see what pops up. Oh, look at that. Nurse. So right now, bilingual occupational health nurse to work for Boston Scientific. Or a territory manager in endoscopy. So here's a funny thing is one of my one of the reps that I know, and like I said, he's another mentor of mine. He actually does the territory of Las Vegas. So he does everything from west of Las Vegas. So if you mix a square from Vegas all the way to like the Pacific Ocean, and then all the way down, like I think through all of Nevada, I think maybe parts of Arizona or whatever. He has that entire region. So they fly. He literally flies on a plane every day. And I was like, "How does that feel?" He's like, "Well, when I did it the second day, I was like, all right, I'm already over it." So there's that. Who is that? Simone, are you currently working remotely? My phone froze. Not sure if you answered already. I did answer that, and I do not work remotely. I work at a hospital currently right now as an OR nurse. So I don't work remotely right now at this current time. However, it's definitely something that's never off of the cards. I mean, I can literally sit at home and not do anything. I mean, not do anything, but sit at home, do this job, and not wear pants if I don't want to. That's the slogan. We don't wear pants or whatever. um, so, so yeah, there's that. I do have a couple of my friends now. One actually works for an insurance company, but she goes to that, that building every day, and she loves it. And I have another friend that does it completely from home. Her day starts at 9 o'clock. She's in a meeting at 10, and the next thing you know, she's doing her job, working from like 10:30 until about 4. And it's kind of like a self-paced, like they give you, they give you your tasks, or you have your certain amount of files that you have to go through and call and all that other good stuff. And then, sometimes she's done early, like she'll get all her work done in like 2 or 3 hours. You're just like, wow, okay. So, kind of just got to figure out what that is. But, there's people that, like these rep companies, like, are these medical devices companies, they love nurses. They love nurses. And this one right here is Boston Scientific, right up there. Okay. So we went over what insurance companies. So like Cigna, Aetna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Humana, the VA. For some medical devices, we went to Johnson & Johnson. We went to Stryker. We went to Boston Scientific. We went to Intuitive, they make the Da Vinci robots. What's some other ones y'all are thinking? Oh, here's another one. Medline. So if you guys ever get the chance, look at your gloves. Like, look at the gloves that you guys have at work or at your job. And you'll see that Medline are the ones that make them. And guess what? Medline always want nurses. Always. Always. Because look at this. These are all the categories. These are all the products that they sell. Wound care, anesthesia stuff, apparel, bed, central sterile, gloves. Excuse me. But look at these gloves. I know they look familiar, right? You could literally be a rep for these, right? You could, or when there's a new product that comes out, hey, you're the person. You are the person to go to the hospital and be like, hey, we got this new stuff. Check it out. Oh, okay, you guys like it? Great. I love it. If you love it, I like it. Or however that saying goes. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So, if you go to careers and then you go to search, this will pull up, right? And so go to keyword, just like everything else, and then put nurse and see what they have. They don't have anything. But let's go to sales. Or we'll go back to what they had before. Hold on, let me back up. Go back here. Go to explore opportunities. Let's delete nurse and see what they bring up. So now you have over here, you have like, look at this, medical supply or project managers, right? Medical supply sales representative. So this is exactly what they're talking about. They give you a device of some sort. You go and you have a district that you're in charge of or that you roam through, and you go through it, showing the hospitals new devices because the hospitals have a contract with these companies. And when they have a contract with these companies, all the new devices, they go and show them, and then the hospitals make the determination if they want to upgrade it or keep it or get rid of it. So I'll give you an example. There was a guy who came in when I was in the ICU, and he was an ICU nurse for like 10, 12 years or something like that. And then the dude was just like, yeah, I'm here to teach you guys about how to use the condom caths. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. He sat there for 5 minutes and showed us how to use the Concast. We signed a roster, and then he was just like, all right, I'm done. And I was like, wow, okay, cool. And I was like, do you love this job? He was like, I love this job, and I'll never go back to bedside. And that was, 2 years ago, he told me that. And it was, on the second wave of COVID. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that your job or your license as a nurse is very broad and very open to bring up to take yourself into another space. So, for example, like if you're a critical care nurse, if you're an RN, a critical care nurse, right, or an ICU nurse or an ER nurse, go to acute care sales rep, right, and then look here and then see what it is, see exactly what it entails, and then they tell you that what type of education they want you to have. And remember, they put you through other types of teaching, right? They talk about why Medline, their sales, all that good stuff. They have a really good sales program and all that good stuff. So, you get PTO, you get a company phone, a company laptop, a company credit card. You get entrepreneurial work environment because they love that hustle. Hey, you make as much money as you want, right? And the more money, that you make for them is the more money that you make is the more money you make for them, and you get a big commission. That's why these reps are always out here trying to meet those quotas. So, there's that. After you log off, drink some tea. Look, I already got some tea that's already up in there. And so as soon as I get off, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not even going to sit on here for too much longer, but I definitely wanted to give you guys some info because some people were asking about it on Monday on some jobs that you guys can look for, and so I even dropped a bunch of stuff on my Instagram where I had put these where I was just like jobs that you can get as an RN that are not bedside. I put insurance companies. I put medical devices companies. I put insurance companies. So those are definitely helpful. So make sure you guys go over there and check that out. Make sure you guys go over there and follow me on YouTube as well. So my IG is at the Boot Nurse. So everything is the Boot Nurse. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, thebootnurse.com, all that good stuff. So there's that. We talked about 3M as well. 3M is another medical devices company that you guys can look into as well. Somebody said something about medical billing and coding. That's another one. Like you can actually, as a nurse, essentially just kind of go through a certification exam for that and get certified as a billing and coder as an RN and go work for an insurance company doing billing and coding. So there's that. I need to work remotely. I miss people. I need to work remotely again. I miss people, so I went back to bedside. I'm ready for remote again. Hey, once you go back to remote, don't go back and tell me that you miss people. So, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it on that aspect, though. Like, I don't think there's anything really else. And look at this guy, like my little Fallout Boy, or whatever people want to necessarily call him, right? And this is me and my funky guys that are up here, right? So, sorry if you guys hear my son back there. He's screaming like a baby. I don't know what his problem is. He's always doing something wild. I'm trying to figure out where this thing is at. Oh my God. Oh my God. Nope. Oh my God. There we go. So yeah, there's that about the medical devices company. You're very welcome. I'm sorry that my voice is kind of terrible right now, but I still wanted to come here and I wanted to give whoever wanted to stay some value. I mean, I got freaking 2.3k likes. So I appreciate everybody that was dropping likes. Even if you dropped likes and you left, I appreciate you. I got 3 people up in here. So I appreciate everybody who came in. So if you guys got any other questions, or make sure I'll sit on here for about another 5 minutes and I'll answer you guys' questions. But if you guys don't know, my name is Kevin. I'm a nurse. I'm an NCLEX coach. I've been doing that for almost 3 years. And like I said, we were talking about nursing jobs. But if you know anybody who needs coaching for the NCLEX, such as yourself, if you failed multiple times, if this is your first time taking it, or if you're a nursing student about to graduate, check out thebootnurse.com. Thebootnurse.com is going to be going through a facelift. I'm going to be updating and doing all kinds of different things. My course is about to come out, so I'm super excited about that. I can't wait for you guys to utilize it, especially those that really, really need it. So, got a lot of things that are coming up. So, I can't wait to show you guys. I really can't. Are you going to post this live on your YouTube? I will post it live on YouTube. I mean, I will post this on YouTube. I have all of my other lives I need to put up there. And so what I'm going to do is I like to post weekly. I try to post weekly. So what I'll do is I'll post my IG lives, or I'm sorry, my TikTok lives on YouTube once a week, and it'll be on Monday. So at some point this will go back up there. So hopefully it's beneficial for whoever wants it. So yeah, a little thing about me, of course, what people don't know is I'm also in the military, and I got drilled this weekend. So and drill, if you guys don't know, that's just military duties and responsibilities, and I get to go play Navy for the weekend. The weekend warrior, as they call them. So make sure you guys are out here looking at these alternatives that you guys can do. There's other things you guys can do as well. You can start your own business. Like I know a bunch of people that I'm friends with that one guy, he started his own infusion company. So he essentially just goes to people's houses and pumps them full of IV fluids and then leaves. And then they pay him like $400 or $500 every time they do it. That's wild. That is wild. So, you got other people that are out here like myself that are, creating a course, or people that are out here that have Etsy and they sell products on Etsy. People that sell apparel, like, they sell shirts. One lady I know, her name is Kelsey, a whole life nurse. She does coaching calls, and has group coaching on her stuff, and her stuff is like, part community is really great if you're a part of that. There's just so many things that you guys can do as a nurse. Like, the one thing that she says is that you're the CEO of your license, and that means you can do what you want with it. You can create whatever you want to do with that nursing license. The world is your oyster on what you want to do in regards to your nursing license. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to log off. Eventually this will be on YouTube. So if anybody wants to go check out my YouTube is at The Boot Nurse, just like everything else, every other social media that I have. Check out the website, thebootnurse.com, where we're going through a facelift, but right now, if you want to get coaching, I do 30-minute free consultation. You better get it while it's there, because it's about to go away. So I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend, and hopefully I will see all two of you on Monday. So Monday, 7 o'clock, same time, same channel, and we're going to be going over the NCLEX again, the new generation NCLEX, if you've taken it, all that good jazz. So, like I said, have a great weekend, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.